political violence, riots, looting, November's coming election, blackouts, brownouts, bank runs, bird flu, EMP attacks. All of these have happened, or will happen soon, or could happen at any time. And when one of these things occur, or several of them occur at the same time, it's going to require your time and attention to be dedicated to a lot of things that you don't normally dedicate your time to. Hello, my name is Les, and I want to welcome you to the Chef Prepper channel. And in this video, we're going to look at one of the ways that you can dramatically cut those time requirements during those times of crisis, and that is meal preparation. We're going to look at one-pot meals that are readily available from a place that nearly everybody has easy access to, and that would be the Dollar General store. And at the end of the video, we'll fix one of these one-pot meals just to see how easy and quickly that it can be done. And to do that, we'll use a grid-down type of stove because when the time comes, you may want or need to fix some of your meals indoors, even when the grid's down, and to do so safely. A little about the need for the types of foods that we're going to be looking at. There are times coming when you will want or need to prepare your meals safely, quickly, indoors, and focus the majority of your time on the safety and security of your family and home. There are many different types of foods out there that are available, but I want to remind you guys that not every food that we put into our prepper pantries has to be dry goods in the 5-gallon buckets in Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers, nor do they have to be powdered or freeze-dried foods that you buy in food kits in the number 10 cans. There are other types of foods that are available that are quick and easy to make meals from. They're easy to store. In fact, they're probably the easiest foods that are available to store. You just simply put them on the shelf and they're in storage. They're easy to prepare meals from and to do so safely indoors when you want or need to, as long as you have the right equipment, which of course in this case is the right stove and fuel combination that will let you make the foods safely indoors. So now I want to share with you guys some of the one-pot meals that I found on a quick, easy shopping trip at my local Dollar General store. So when I'm looking for one-pot meals, I'm looking for things something like this that has some combination of fats, carbs, and protein all in the same meal. And you can also include other foods that are single items like protein, mostly carbs, that you can add into your other one-pot meals or into other canned foods that are not necessarily one-pot meals but can be made so simply by adding this or something similar into this. When it comes to finding the one-pot meals, you got a lot of options, and when it comes to the dollar type stores, you got a lot more options, as you can see here on the table, than you have at some of the other places like the Dollar Tree. So on a quick shopping trip to my local Dollar General store, these are some foods that I found without spending a lot of time. They have a lot of different canned pastas available, such as the beef ravioli, the mini ravioli, spaghetti and meatballs. They also have maybe more savory type stuff, such as the beef stews. They have their own store brand of beef stew. Tamales, which are really good. Those are beef. They also have chicken. Many different types of soups, like the loaded potato soup, which you might want to add the chicken into to make a complete meal. But they also have many other types of soup. I'm not going to go over the nutrition labels or the ingredients in this video, but the point of the video is that these kinds of foods will save you immense amounts of time when the time comes that you need to eat, but to get your meals made very quickly. Now, of course, most of those are single serving or meal size for one person. If you're cooking for more than one person, and most of you will be, I will be when the time comes, you can just simply cook 2 cans or 3 cans or whatever the case might be. And don't forget, one of the major benefits of this kind of food over that food you put in the buckets and that food that you buy in the number 10 cans and kits, every one of those are perfectly fine and safe to eat right out of the can, just as they are. No cooking whatsoever. And at the end of the video, we'll fix one of these one-pot meals just to see how easy and quickly that it can be done. Which one are we going to fix? How about tamales? How about one of the pastas? I mean, nearly everyone, especially the children, are going to like pastas. How about we cook the spaghetti-o and meatballs? We're going to use the Gas One portable dual fuel stove today. I've come to really like this stove. I am outside today, but this stove can be used indoors without any issues of safety, as long as you got the right safety equipment. It will use butane, or it will use propane. We're going to use butane today because, in my experience, butane is easier to use just due to the fact that this will fit inside the stove. This one remains outside the stove and has to have more connections. Nevertheless, I think it's an excellent idea to have a stove that if you run out of one fuel, you can use the other. Or if you prefer this one and you run out of it, you can use that one. Propane connections, which we're not using this time. Butane canisters have a little notch that lines up with this little flapper thing. And when you get that done, you lock it in, close it, and then it's ready to ignite. Want to get all the calories. When the time comes, we'll need them all. I think I left 2.5 calories in the can. Okay, the meal's already done. It's already boiling. I did have it turned on high, and I think I've let it burn and stick to the bottom a little because I was looking at some other things. My apologies. But I'm the one that's got to eat it. So what are we getting in this meal? 10 grams of fat, 52 grams of carb, 21 grams of protein. Not too bad for a 3-minute from beginning to end meal ready to eat. So if we were in some of those times that we mentioned at the beginning of the video, grid was down, we needed to focus on security. 3 minutes from beginning to end, and we got a hot, tasty, nutritious meal. It's kind of hot. It's very hot. I'm going to have to let it cool, but you get the point, right? It's very tasty, very good. If you're putting canned foods into your Prepper Pantry and you want to be able to cook them safely indoors during times of emergencies and crisis, you will really like the videos in this playlist.